Welcome to It's Just Bits, a podcast that now has an intro, and the intro is me saying that and then saying
the words It's Just Bits.
saying that, and then also saying what media I'm weirdly obsessed with and know weird facts about this week.
We might not even talk about it. It's just
how it starts, and then you're expected to go consume that media. For example, Make It Burn Them, the Skrillex reggae song that was in Far Cry 3, the seminal 2012 game.
Called?
Well, Make It Burn Them, but it's in patois, so I'm not allowed to say it, actually.
Oh my.
It's way worse wearing the headphones, because you can hear your own voice, and that's...
You can take them off. Nobody's stopping you. I can hear that you have changed your voice because you're wearing the headphones.
Right? Am I being huskier?
You're doing this.
I'm doing my radio voice.
The morning drive.
Morning Drive on WLRA 88.1, The Start from Romeoville, Illinois. That's not what this is. Is that copyright?
Be sued. If we get sued by Lewis, I think we have enough money.
Yeah, no, I know the law teacher, and he's not going to be up to it, so...
Are we catching the highway behind us by chance? Should I shut the door, or I like the breeze?
No, there's a bird noise. There was a bird noise there. That was pretty nice.
You know what? I'm okay with that. I like the peaceful, soothing sounds of us saying cock.
We are on a porch in the North Woods of Wisconsin, like The Great Outdoors, another movie you have to watch now.
I would below the devil to just like spend like 2 weeks in a cabin where you have to drive 20 miles to the nearest just a gas station to get Slim Jims.
Right. It's Slim Jims, and you're like, what can I mix with vodka here?
And then you have to kill your food to trade in town, not even to eat.
but luckily there's just raccoons and bears everywhere.
Yeah. Like you have a couch made of raccoons.
Yeah. Not raccoon skin. It's
live raccoon.
And it doesn't even matter that they rot, because there's so many raccoons, you can just keep reusing them.
Recycling them. You're
They're
known
very
as
soft.
El Diablo to the raccoons in their language.
They say he makes furniture out of it.
All the rumors. They are just one raccoon with one eye talking with the staff. All the rumors. They are true.
The way you pointed to your eye, I thought you were going to say a teardrop tattoo. Like, that's a raccoon that bit me once. He gets to have a teardrop tattoo.
All the rumors, they are true. He is Diablo.
That's a legend. But yeah, it's two kids talking about it, and one of them goes, "That's a legend. That's not true." And then a raccoon slams down his drink in the other side of the bar. Yeah. It's not a legend. How do you know? When he turns around and his face is all fucked up.
It's like, I escaped with my life.
But not my mind.
I was in his prison camp for 18
off. I can't do that.
I was in his prison camp to 18 of our raccoon years.
Also known as 18 days.
Yeah. My wife, she did not make it.
Cut to me on the couch, like, playing with a raccoon tail that belonged to his wife. I'm like Davy Crockett, except, worse, I guess.
He has made a minigun out of 22.
It shoots raccoon teeth. It's actually a live raccoon, and I just hit it really hard, and then it pukes up projectiles.
Oh, God.
The whole house, in fact, is made of raccoons.
Yeah. And the fireplace is made of a bear.
It is frustrating to sleep at night because many of the raccoons are alive, so you do hear them chittering.
They are not happy. Raccoons are also cannibalistic, so they eat each other.
You have to constantly repair the house because the live ones are eating the house, which is, their brethren.
But you don't get the name El Diablo, but just him in a diner telling this story to like the classic coffee waitress that exists in every
human,
diner.
By the way,
yeah.
This is a raccoon in a human diner. Yeah. What can I get you, sugar? No. Some garbage, please.
No. The guy who is El Diablo to the raccoons in a diner, just talking.
He's got a coffee cup. Like, well, they don't start calling you El Diablo unless you do some pretty fucked up stuff.
I learned to speak raccoon language when I was 4, just so the genocide felt right, Hitler knew how to speak Jewish.
I had to make some Faustian bargains. I'm really indebted to groundhogs. Because you can't fight groundhogs and raccoons. You can't.
The groundhogs are the Japanese in this situation. Like the.
Why do I have to be the Nazis? Can't I just be killing raccoons?
I don't know, man. Genocide and Nazis.
It's not a genocide. I'm not killing them because I have a problem with raccoons. I'm killing them because their pelts are expensive and luxurious, and I want the only type of luxury available to a man in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, and that is the feeling of raccoon flesh around
Underwear.
you, everywhere.
Everywhere. Like that and saltwater taffy. That's all we export here from Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
My car is just a chassis and the wheels are raccoons that I forced to run.
I would consider it more of a sled dog or snow dog situation.
That would be better.
Like
Just
1,000 raccoons.
But it's a bunch of raccoons.
it's no fewer than 1,000 raccoons.
Yeah, I pulled up to that diner in like a radio flyer wagon pulled by just 20 raccoons.
Oh, no, a covered wagon, like the old frontier days. But the wheels are raccoons, and also it's pulled by raccoons.
And anytime you go anywhere, you have to capture more raccoons because as soon as you drop the reins, they start eating each other. This is
They need structure.
This is the life that real Americans live, okay? And you liberals in the cities don't understand the importance of raccoons to our culture.
Joe Biden's trying to pass laws to ban raccoon hunting, and it's just like, you'll destroy our
Our
livelihood.
economy!
You already took coal. What are you going to do?
You took our slaves, now you're going to take our raccoons?
Come on.
Stop doing it with people. Can we at least do it with woodland critters?
I can't wait for the 1920s, like civil rights raccoon activism.
Well, yeah,
this
I mean,
year.
they did every movie of the first time a minority played a game, and that solved racism because, of course, it's over today. We all know everything's fine.
Absolutely.
So so now it's like
Stop and Frisk ended in New York in 2011, so we're done.
So racism is in fact over. Yeah,
all over.
Well, then Black Panther came out.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That's when racism ended. But now,
now he's dead, so racism's back.
I guess that's what happened. That's why racism came back.
Oh no, that should honestly be Biden's platform. Just like racism's back.
Because
I can't even remember his name for the life of me.
Chadwick Boseman.
Thank you. I'm bad with everything.
Respect him.
I'm bad with everything. This isn't just this guy.
No, that's true. You don't know anyone's name from any movie.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if I were to talk about the movie Kodachrome, you wouldn't know that Ed Harris, Jason Sudeikis, and that's not. I think that's a band.
It's a song by Paul Simon. Paul Simon.
Oh, it is a song by Paul Simon. It's also a band and a movie.
Song. Also, media to be consumed. Paul Simon by Kodachrome.
Yeah, I don't know. Just listen to Graceland.
What?
Except the song Graceland. The album Graceland is good. The song Graceland is very annoying to me. He refers to a Delta as like a national guitar, and that's so stupid. I hate that so much.
Like Delta the aircraft or Delta?
No, like a river Delta.
Oh my god.
He's like, the Mississippi River is snaking down the country like a national guitar. And I'm like, Paul Simon, shut the fuck up. Why did they let you on SNL with trash like that coming out of your mouth?
Paul Simon, time to install a skylight in the back of your head. The theme of every
How every artist must die.
We're going Miata shopping after this.
Yes.
And I don't say no homo, but no homo.
You don't say no. That's like the tame one, and that's the one you don't say.
No, I feel like it's homophobic. That's not
Yeah, are you going to bring your little dog and straw hat to shop for a Miata?
Well, my girlfriend can't fit in it, so it's only a 2-seater car.
Yeah. Do you want to just pretend to be a couple there? Because I was wondering,
Every
like, they
part of
might
me.
not want to let us test drive it without someone there. So I'll just, just limp up your wrist and be like, we do everything together.
Like, we're driving this Miata together? Well, when we drive the stick shift, you're going to have to go. I can't drive stick shift.
Well, yeah, that'll be true.
Yet. So.
You could in an emergency.
Yeah.
Which
an
I like
emergency.
very much the idea of, like, there's an active shooter and someone's like, can anyone drive stick? And then I finally get to be like, me, I'm special.
You would be the shooter. Just like, not you. You're the guy shooting.
And I'm
people
also
out
the
here.
guy calling for someone to drive stick to get 3 other people out of the situation because it's not like I have a van.
But now they're in the car with you, and you had the gun in the first place. So, like, you guys want to listen to the Ramones?
So I guess they're in the car with me and they're like, isn't that the gun? No. Nope. Couldn't you have used the gun to stop? Oh, I didn't think.
No, I don't keep it loaded.
You hear the engine at a certain point and you don't have to look at the RPMs.
Anytime they're asking you about all the like, you're covered in blood. Yeah,
I just start explaining.
So around you, if you can't hear the engine because the music's too loud, you can just wait till around like 3,000-4,000 RPM. That's okay.
Right, that's it. Or you can if you're good like I am, you can feel it through the pedal. It's sort of
I
like
hear banging from your trunk. What's that? Is that?
You sort of get a sense for it, like you can tell when you need to reload. I mean, something that's not that.
Okay. The cops pull you over and question you. Be like,
Yeah,
sir, where are you between the hours of 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm between the RPMs of 3,000 and 4,000.
That's about where you went. Sir, I know how to drive stick. You could stop talking and be like, oh, so you're a brother, just fist bump him.
Well, I go to fist bump him, but I'm just kind of knocking my fist into a hand writing a ticket.
Sir, this is going to be assault in a second.
You've got about 3.5 more little knocks like that before I just shoot you.
And judging by the situation, nobody's going to say anything. Like, that's one of the shootings where they're like, oh, finally, they shot a white guy. Thank God.
It's like when they don't stop an active shooter white guy. It's like, you want to shoot people, right? You could have had that one.
So many times I've just been like, that's the guy. That's the guy you shoot. There's
Don't you want to do that? You seem very excited to do that.
John Oliver just showed the clip of he had like his gigantic gun like on the weird neck sling that kind of hangs way too close to your dick, and he was like flagging down the cops, and they were like, "Is there a shooter?" It's like, "Yeah, him. That's the guy.
It's that guy.
It's me."
We can't keep going to mass shootings in politics. Every conversation I have.
It's just life.
American Werewolf in London. It's a very interesting film. That's the other piece of media you have to watch.
I haven't seen it in so long. I assume it's about an American just... the werewolf part is almost not mentioned at all. It's just like American in London being like, wow, they don't have AC here. You call this
There's like one scene where he eats a guy and then he's like, they call cookies bickies. No, it was directed by John Landis, who directed
No, we're going with this bit. You shut up.
I'm explaining it.
He finishes mauling a police officer, and then he's like, there's no gun here. It's just a billy club. Wow.
Like the police officer was trying to protect someone from the werewolf, and right before he eats them, he's like, they call them bobbies here. I think that's just so funny.
Just eating folks.
I don't understand any of the TV shows. I mean the telly. Rawr, rawr, rawr. Eat, person.
It's like, I met a girl down here and she had busted up teeth, but I guess that's okay here.
That's
and then
normal?
I ate her.
I hooked up with a girl the other day, and she was surprised that I was circumcised and a wolf.
Oh my god. I met their kids and they had Monty Python all over the walls, and then I ate their kids.
But while they were doing it, I dressed up in a bad approximation of a British woman and was like, "Oh, silly me! Oh, I'm a wolf."
Apparently,
that's what British
Mrs.
people
Doubtfire, not from here. I didn't know that. Could have sworn it was one of theirs.
I thought the Smythe, that Smythe not Smith family, may have been from London, and I might get to meet them. That's a line from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Smythe not Smith? No, that was you being pedantic.
No, it is. He's on the phone with his wife, as Mrs. Doubtfire, like, I worked for the Smythe family for a number of years. I don't know why she was like Welsh when I just did it, because I don't think he does Welsh voice.
I think it's just Robin Williams doing whatever he fucking wants to.
Yeah, that's what Aladdin was. Like, they didn't animate anything, because they were like, I don't know what he's going to say. So they just had the animator, I think, was in the booth as he was doing the voiceover, like, taking notes of, like, okay, now I got to draw the genie like Jack Nicholson, because he's doing that. I guess kids like that. Have
you seen Robin Williams stand-up? It's just
him
on cocaine for an hour. It's amazing. He's so good.
God, what? I can't believe he killed himself.
Crazy. All those drugs. Goddamn.
Have you ever seen World's Greatest Father?
No.
It's a later Robin Williams movie, and it's funny. Like, it's a dark comedy, but it's mostly dark, and it seems like they forget the comedy occasionally. But it's about the son dies in a belt connected to the closet handle style accident.
Autoerotic masturbation.
I think all masturbation is autoerotic.
Yeah, that's not the word I was looking for. Asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation is the word, yeah. So his son dies, but instead of saying that that's what happened, Robin Williams, there's a scene he's like weeping.
Does the suicide.
He like takes the belt and hangs it on like a curtain rod instead of that, and then takes his own writing and passes it off as his son's, and everyone's like, it's amazing.
Give a speech at the school.
He gives a speech and then he reveals it, and there is a scene where I think the principal is like, "You're a fucking piece of shit," and he goes,
I remember that they definitely forgot the comedy in that movie.
I think it was written as, let's do a really dark comedy, and then in the middle of making it, they were like,
oh no.
There's like 2 scenes where he does a Robin Williams thing, but mostly it's just like a dead son and a dad being super weird about it.
Well, if my dad walked in on me and I was dead from autoerotic asphyxiation, I would also want him to be like, pass it off, delete the browsing history.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want him to pass off his manifesto as my angsty writings.
I don't know. But wasn't this kid like 17 too? So it's like this kid's like already so far down the rabbit hole of porn at 17.
How is your life so free of spice that you're like, I gotta go there now?
Robin Williams gave him $1,000 a week in allowance that he spent on prostitutes, and Robin's like, I couldn't have seen this coming.
How could this happen?
Like, he would wake up every morning and have cigarette burns on his kid's face, and like, what happened? He's like, Melissa came over. Oh my god.
Which one's Melissa? The one that does the cigarette burns, Dad.
Come on, you know Melissa. The one, she's missing a leg and I'm into that. That girl. Like, Jesus, dude.
I just had a terrible thought. A sex worker who decides to amputate a limb so she can access that market.
It was like everybody wants to fuck a girl. There was a girl in my brothel who was in a wheelchair, and she was just slurping up all the business, if you know what I mean.
Her legs worked. She just sat down. That's a good story. No, that's a happy story about a clever sex worker.
Yeah. You know what? More power to him.
Now I'm happy for her.
Like,
plus, I imagine you get tired
hobbling a midget because she's taking all her business. A midget prostitute.
I imagine as a sex worker, you probably get tired of doing the work part of it. If you're specifically the paraplegic prostitute, you get to be like, yeah, you're doing the work, buddy. It's
You know what? I bet as a prostitute, if you roofie yourself and then have somebody come over for that amount of time, they will pay you more to do that.
This is why I'm too smart to be as not hot as I am.
Because I need to be.
If I were hot, I would be the richest and laziest prostitute.
Like, I would figure out how to do no work. I would set myself up in like a stirrup situation, and then just roofie myself and wake up 4 hours later with $10,000 on my chest and be like, "Yeah."
Are we incapable of a normal conversation?
Yes. What? Dude, come on.
I'm going to the
Optimus Cock,
full of
dude.
bits.
If we're going to one, it's Optimus Cock.
Dude, I don't want to go to. Because it's just a picture of a truck that looks like it's looking at a pregnant lady.
Okay,
it's on Twitter. You can find it.
Optimus Cock and try to do a clean one for 2 seconds, and then just watch it devolve into nonsense, and then we'll do Optimus Cock.
Fine. The clean one is, you know how they always talk about like it's like 1 in a million that you would get bit by a shark. You don't need to worry about it. I like to imagine a guy that got bit by a shark and gets annoyed every time someone says, because he feels like it's an attack.
Yeah. Oh, 1 in a million, huh? Yeah, just 1 in a million. Just pulls up his leg. His legs are half gone.
I like it more like he's on a shoot with a wildlife guy like Richard Attenborough. He's like, wild sharks are some of nature's most powerful predators. You needn't worry. In fact, there's 1 in 35 million chance you'll be bitten. It's like, stop saying it, Richard. Okay? I saw you look at me. I know you're making fun of me.
Yeah. There's a very low chance you'll get killed by a cow, but there's still a fucking chance.
Yeah. And you know what? It's not that weird I got bit by a shark. I'm a wildlife photographer. Okay, Richard? Stop saying it.
Dude,
Simon,
you're being a dick, okay? This is really insensitive.
Simon, no, I didn't mean that. So I really just... No, I know what you meant.
No, I think I talked over the read. Say it again. Well, now I don't want to.
It's in the fucking script, Richard.
Yeah, write it in. It's fine. It doesn't ever happen, right? Just missing a leg, though.
You've been all over planet Earth, yet you still haven't found a fucking conscience, Richard. I quit. And he throws down his cue cards, walks into the jungle, and gets bit by a jaguar.
Absolutely. Gets his whole family mauled by a jaguar. Oh, it never happens. He's like, yeah, spend some time
This is that raccoon, by the way, with one eye sitting in the bar.
Same thing.
There's a raccoon television show like, while humans are dangerous and incompetent at most things, it's a 1 in 5 million chance that you'll be attacked by one. Bullshit. Yeah, and then that recording is interrupted by the Northwoods guy just coming in and just swinging a club around.
The club is made of raccoons as well.
Of course, yeah. It's
just by the tail.
It's really just duct-taped raccoon femurs.
If you guys have ever played God of War, If you guys have ever played God of War, the amount of atrocities and murders you commit in that game, but just towards raccoons, pretty much, because it all takes place in deep woods, pretty much.
You get to Mount Olympus and you're like, I'm the god of raccoon murder now, and Zeus is like,
sure.
Okay, we didn't have that. You're not invited. You can like pick women up by saying that in bars, I guess. Probably
Fine.
not the raccoon bar.
Do I at least get to be invulnerable? A little. Raccoons can never kill you.
Yeah,
How about that?
you can be invulnerable to raccoons.
Specific. That's it, though. If they team up with a bear, it's game over, man.
We don't dip you in the river Styx for that. We dip you in the river Styx.
Yeah. River Styx.
I thought I was gonna come up with something better in the middle of that sentence.
It's just a raccoon of. It's just a river raccoon. It's a river raccoon.
It's raccoon blood. Fucking UPS truck.
I like the
Doesn't
vague sounds of nature, backdropping.
Of
the
course,
fact that we're saying
the
God.
natural world of UPS trucks.
UPS truck and the birds.
While
and
UPS
the
trucks
dog.
are one of the more dangerous predators on the motorway.
You have little fear. You're more likely to get run over by a Toyota than the UPS. Oh, really, Richard?
Really?
A Toyota, huh?
Really? Why don't you ask me what Brown did for me?
Tell that to
Because
my
he took
dead
my
wife.
legs.
Tell that to my dead wife. UPS just releasing an ad campaign of the nature documentary guys. Like, you're less likely to get killed by a UPS truck than by a FedEx truck by UPS. Like, huh?
And FedEx is like, well, that's not true.
We're barely around, man.
No,
UPS is the guy that gets you.
When they ask, what can Brown do for you? That's a threat. What can Brown do for you if you pay
Kill
them
your family.
not run you over?
Yeah, I've been part of the UPS mafia for a while. What can Brown...
My name's Johnny Big Package. Not it's because I deliver big
Large
parcels.
packages of bombs, mostly.
I work for the United Parcel Service.
Oh, Jiggleline.
She doesn't bark. She just makes noises.
She's trying to learn English so bad. Like,
She has intel on raccoons, and she's dying to share it.
she's like, I would also like to speak on the atrocities I've committed against raccoons. No, she tries to learn English, so like she'll be digging under the couch and be like, and I'm like, is something's under the couch? I feel like I'm talking to Lassie all the time.
She's gonna build the thing from Rick and Morty.
Oh,
I
God.
want to be understood.
Oh, no.
I need to be understood.
Where are my testicles?
They were removed. Where have they gone?
Yeah, no, she's a few days away from achieving intelligence, and then it's game over. Either we feed her all
she's
the
vaping.
time, or what a good puppy.
If dogs vape, they become able to speak.
If we give her enough mushrooms, then eventually she'll achieve intelligence.
I think if you give a dog one vape, first of all, or a bunch of mushrooms, they become a Narnia animal.
Oh, Kylie's making her
Oh,
vape.
she's sniffing at it. I bet she got a whiff.
Yeah, who's a vapist?
Well, oh, what? Your vape is only 20 Nick? My dog smokes 30 Nick.
Dude, is your dog okay? She coughs a lot, but she's fine.
Why is your dog barking so much? Oh no, she's coughing.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good.
You have to invent machines to like hold cigarettes up for her because she doesn't have thumbs.
No. The truth campaigns, but it's like your dog shouldn't smoke cigarettes or vape.
Wait, what about me? I don't care. Your dog.
Quit giving your dog vape.
The person we know, Kyle, would definitely give a dog vape. And anyone named Kyle.
I know many Kyles and few of them good. There is one that is a giant teddy bear. He's a very nice man. So there is a Kyle.
He wouldn't give a dog a vape.
But he smokes enough marijuana to put anybody in the ground. So that's probably why he's cool.
You remember that it wasn't Truth. It was before they tried to be memes.
my God.
But it was an anti-weed thing.
I
where,
want
like,
to smoke every time I see the Truth commercials. I'm like...
It reminds me about cigarettes and I want one.
Yeah. It's like, no, I want... But anyways, you're saying...
Did you see the weed one where it's like a dog is talking to his owner like, I don't like you now that you smoke weed?
It's like, I know, dogs are super chill about you smoking weed.
Yeah, I don't think they care.
If you're a dick about it, yeah.
Yeah, if you're like, fuck you, I'm smoking weed, dog. I bet the dog wouldn't like it. But,
Dogs don't like middle fingers either, man.
I mean, dogs have no reason to, privatize prisons or increase prison labor, so dogs don't care about drugs.
Okay, nobody turned this political but you, man. That's all you.
That's the past. That was Nixon.
It's still around. No, they legalized prisons in 2011.
If you didn't know that, you're stupid.
It's not stop and frisk, it's stopping in prison. It's like, skip some steps.
What song has stop in it?
Every song? What?
No, there's a song.
Stop. I need somebody.
Stop. You're going to prison. Stop. No, is it...
Bad stop.
Is it Ice Ice Baby? Does that have stop in it?
Stop. Collaborate and listen.
That's right.
This is back with a band new.
Stop. Get arrested and imprisoned.
Yeah.
There, we did it. All right.
Yeah, we did it.
Prisons are bad.
What's the... No. I already got the transition into the bit.
Oh, good. I'm trying to read what the hell...
Optimus Cox.
Any of this is...
No,
Did your dog eat this, by the way?
Yeah,
these Post-it notes bear terrible scars like a raccoon.
Like a four. Oh, Chiba would love the raccoon murder guy. That's a real owner. I think we got Chiba when she was 4 months old, so she probably lived with that raccoon man for a while, learned the ways of war, and now is in a peaceful society. Like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, she's like the Frycore, the comedian from Watchmen. If you got both of those references, you are sick.
Go directly to jail.
See a professional.
You might like Rittenhouse if you got both of those fucking things. Jesus.
Man goes to the doctor, says life seems boring and terrible and there's no light in his life. Doctor says, I'll cheer you up. Listen to It's Just Bits. It's Just Bits. And it's not that good a podcast.
It's like, you want everything. No, I like to think...
And also, you're not a doctor. You're a guy I'm doing a bit with.
I came on the podcast to help you. Like, it won't work.
Okay, no, this is another bit. It's like they have to get through to a guy. But so they're like, the only way he'll talk to you is if you go on a podcast with him.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's like, we have to get our friend help. He's clearly spiraling.
So, you're coming on the podcast to talk about therapy? What's that?
So, tell me about psychiatry. Well, why don't you tell me about your life? I'm doing the interview, buddy.
Let's just say it all started when my dad was born. Why is that where the story is?
That's a strange place to start.
Like, see, this is part of the problem. You're very inconsistent. You never get to the heart of the matter. You always just, like, run around.
You're on my show, man. What the
hell? Just in a white padded room. But that's where I'm going to end up, honestly. It's just like
this is soundproofing foam. This is fine.
The straitjacket's because it's cold in here. Pretty much where I'm going to fucking be.
You can't hear the man chittering in the other room about bats.
No, I'm going to go birdcage, and you're going to have to talk to me through the guise of podcasts. It's
like, you're going to go birdcage?
Schizophrenic. Robin Williams went schizophrenic because of a horrible traumatic event.
That's not
birdcage. That's we talked about this last time.
Yeah, we're doing this again. It's not Finding Forrester. It's Fisher King.
Fisher King, thank you. We did it. Oh God, we were about to spend
the podcast where we try to remember Robin Williams movies. Without trying to, we have come up with several like hard and fast memes in 3 episodes of like we talk about Robin Williams a lot. I forget the other ones, but you'll remember them because we did them 10 minutes ago.
I think we're just sociopathically breaking down our friendship, and that can't be good.
And it's a lot of... Robin Williams is extremely relevant to it.
Because we're going to keep starting conversations, but then we're going to know where they go to the end of it, and we're just going to trail off in the middle of it, just like,
we're going to, like, in the middle of a sentence that might be interesting to someone else, and we realize the end of this sentence is like Robin Williams.
And then we just get sad and stop talking.
Okay. Son of a bitch stole my line.
Oh, God. When you go to the bathroom for a second and somebody does your coke, son of a bitch stole my line. Oh, God.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the soda because I'm a godly man.
No. No. Robin Williams and Coca-Cola. I don't think... Oh, Robin Williams should have done ad for Coca-Cola.
And
that
clearly,
as
he's doing the ad, he's clearly...
He's talking about cocaine for sure.
And
it'll keep you up all night thinking of great ideas. That's my Robin Williams,
do you want to write RoboCop? Drink Coke.
They wrote Rocky while drinking
this.
Sylvester Stallone used to love this stuff. It starts off brown, but it comes out clear. Coke. Like,
Does that
starts off the powder is brown, and then they purify it.
really?
Yeah.
Is that a scene in Blow?
No, it's a scene in Drugs Inc. But more importantly, more Robin Williams talking about Coke, but advertising Coke. Just all jittery and like chain smoking cigarettes.
On too much Coke, of course. Yeah, Compton like.
Be like, if you can't get your hands on it, fight your roommate until he gives you yours. Coke.
Ruin your friendships over it.
Stick up a mini mall for $30 worth of it and then smoke it because you can.
Robin, I don't think you can smoke Coca-Cola. What?
Well, Coca-Cola. Yeah, I guess it's
there's zero chance that they can hear you right now.
You can mix it with rum when you're doing Coke.
That's just drinking straight rum.
Have you guys ever had a rum Coke and Coke? It's exactly what you think it is, and it's phenomenal.
It's you do like a margarita, you put Coke around the rim of the glass.
Oh, well, now we're going to do it.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that sounds
Stop accusing me of doing cocaine on the podcast my parents keep complaining to me about.
Oh, they had to see this coming
Shouldn't have put it on
Twitter.
Facebook.
You put it on Facebook?
You put it on Facebook.
Oh. I'm sick of I have recently lost the will to censor myself around people. They know what I do. It's like, if you want to come see me do some clean stuff and like have a good time with your family, I have plays for that. And then there's the Counterford show, and occasionally I'll let you know if there's a bit that's clean. But I'm not interested in staying there doing that shit anymore. You can just deal with it. I'll be okay. I'm never going to be a news anchor or a radio show host anyway, so fuck it up.
Clearly not. Or have any job ever again.
Or get on SNL. So I'm fine.
Why would you want to be on SNL?
Money. And
I guess
notoriety as well. There's a lot of people who got on SNL and then they went somewhere. And I mean, Adam Sandler, when he started on SNL, he was saying some terrible fucking things.
But it was the 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
You were allowed to.
That's stupid. That's a bad justification. The things are... Marty said it the best. He's like, I wish racism didn't exist so that I could make racial jokes, because they're funny in and of themselves, but because people actually believe those things...
Now it's like
it's like, I totally get that, but
you know what my thing with that is, you know the movie I don't know why I want to say Role Models. It's not Role Models. It's Hot Tub Time Machine. And they're in the car, and the guy's like, I've had lots of girlfriends, hot ones. And Rob Corddry goes, you've had lots of boyfriends, gay ones. And like the structure of that joke is hilarious. It's a hilarious joke. But now I have to be like, well, Rob.
No, because the people who are actually like, got him, those are bad people. But the people who are like, that's funny, now let me go not be a bad person the rest of my life.
Well, I assume Rob Corddry's not, but I don't know. If Rob Corddry ends up being homophobic.
Baldwin?
Yeah. Nice. I don't know. That'll be too bad. What Happens in Vegas won't be as funny a movie anymore. But
he is consistently hilarious.
He's very funny.
Mad props.
Can you name any other actors in What Happens in Vegas? I want to see.
I've never seen it. No.
But it exists.
Okay, yes. Just because it exists doesn't mean I see it. Kellen, I don't masturbate to old movies.
Regularly, I masturbate to not old movies, movies from like the mid-2000s.
Oh, Fear and Loathing. Yeah, daddy.
Well, just the scene when he's got the dinosaur tail.
That's a specific fetish.
Yeah, it's strange that I can call to memory like what would be a funny scene of Fear and Loathing to jerk off to. Well, what would be a funny thing to say? Run through the whole movie and be like, that would be the funny one.
Dinosaur tail, got it. Either that or when he's losing it in the casino, or like right when he gets to the bar of the casino.
With all the lizards? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lizard thing. I love Rango.
Django, not as good. Rango.
Which Rango feels like...
It's Fear and Loathing done through the guise of a lizard.
No,
they literally open it with the guys from Fear and Loathing. Swear to God.
No, I know. I've seen it. But I feel like Rango is like, if you were to cut Rango into one of the trip sequences in Fear and Loathing, it would, and then you like showed it to a kid,
sequence
they'd be like,
it.
Yeah.
In a children's movie.
There's isn't there like a clockwork fish like floats by next to him, and yeah.
They do all it. Like literally, I think the pitch was, "Hey, remember Fear and Loathing?"
Fear and Loathing?
He's like,
do
yeah,
it with the lizard.
Fucking forget it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I shot my friend out of a cannon after I made that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty memorable.
Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna tango with the Rango. I vividly remember being a kid and having just seen that, and all day I was like, ain't nobody gonna tango with the Rango. And someone said, stop saying that. And they sounded a lot like in Princess Bride. The guy goes, stop saying that. But he hadn't killed my father. I just really liked Rango.
Not immune to iocane powder either.
That guy wasn't immune to iocane powder.
I thought the voice you did sounded like that guy.
Oh, did it? No, I was doing the Six-Fingered Man.
Oh, yeah.
Played by Christopher Guest, who also said these go to 11. Can we just do me jumping from movie to movie?
Yeah.
I mean, we currently are.
This is Robin Williams. That's your jumping off point, and it's all back together.
Right.
That's called a callback. We need a soundboard. Callback.
And then the rest of them are just different farts.
Well, yeah, that's the standard DJ operating board.
Yeah, as soon as someone
Also
says Robin
noise.
Williams, you just go...
And a flush noise.
And then Robin Williams giggles in the afterlife.
Oh. This is the last recorded giggle of Robin Williams. Jesus, dude, that's why you
Why
make a
are you
laugh
doing
dark? How did you manage to make a laugh dark?
Laughter is supposed to be the best medicine. You've turned it into the illness.
Well, not
Patch
for
Adams.
fucking Patch Adams.
I want the prick. Phil Seymour Hoffman. Speaking of Philip Seymour Hoffman, Boogie Nights, or alternatively, you could go with Good Will Hunting, Stellan Skarsgård. He's going to be in Dune. We're back to Dune. It was a Dune podcast the whole time.
Dune. Seriously, need that soundboard. Just Dune.
I don't know if we need a soundboard because we can just do. We just do that.
Yeah. You know what? That's more fun. Anyway.
We need a soundboard.
Oh,
See, we're talented people. We'll just do soundboard noises
with our mouths.
Ooga.
New name of the podcast: Soundboards with Our Mouths.
That's already an album by Neil Cicierega. Mouth Sounds. That's the guy that did Potter Puppet Pals.
Dude, stop it, please. I can't keep up, and I'm right here in the room with you.
It is a curse.
It is exhausting.
Because someone will say something, and they'll be talking about something normal, and I will have jumped through 3 movies as though I'm like getting gravity assists off of planets. Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Someone said the word Patch 20 minutes ago, and I've gone, Patch Adams, Good Will Hunting, some other Matt Damon movie. I don't know. I was going to say Downsizing, but why would I say Downsizing?
It is good.
Is
I
it?
stand by that movie. Yeah.
I just saw behind the scenes of
It's
when he
not a
signed.
comedy.
He signed something.
Yeah.
And like they didn't do any CGI. They just made a real big piece of paper and gave him a real big pen.
Amazing. No, I'm not going to explain the plot. Never mind. Let's move on.
A dude gets real little. It's not big though.
It's the little man tape. 2 man gets real little. It's just about a dude who gets small so he can fuck.
Wait, Gulliver's Travels?
No, Fern Gully.
That is what that's about.
He's like, man, I want to fuck that pixie. How can I make this happen? Magic. Thanks, Disney or Pixar. Or
Hey, little comedy relief bat, can you leave?
I'm trying to get my dick on.
I'm trying to listen to this pixie talk about trees and pretend to care.
Just a whole ass Kyle shrinking himself down to fuck a pixie. Be like, yeah, whatever. I also shrunk down my dirt bike. You want to go for a ride?
Just tearing up the jungle with his dirt bike, thinking he's being cool, and the pixie's like, stop!
You're killing my planet.
The Tim Curry smoke monster gets there and is like, there's nothing I can do. I'm not going to do the smoke monster voice. It would be unseemly.
I don't even know. I haven't seen.
I could do Frankenfurter.
I don't even know Fern Gully well enough. Just be like, yeah. Also, I left the Monster Energy can full size though, so we can go swimming in it.
That's their dream, to swim in Monster Energy.
Oh God, it burns.
Look at this. My house is a snapback.
Like, one Slim Jim now lasts me 6 years. This is a
Wait, this is downsizing. Now we're doing downsizing. Speaking of which, you're laid off. And that's how I get that psychiatrist off my podcast.
Hey, Pixie, that miniskirt's awful short. How about we take it up?
She's like, this isn't a miniskirt. It's like it's a tag from, I don't know, your snapback.
I also left this roofie full size. And you
was she wearing like a 2-piece in that? Am I remembering correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't. They didn't do that hair thing where the hair always covers the nipples. I'm like, come on, how realistic?
No, she kind of had short hair.
Yeah. It's a pixie cut.
Damn it! You should have let it lay. Would have been so much funnier if we waited for 20 seconds and I was like, a pixie cut. I'm not just gonna do another comedian's joke. I'm gonna tell a story about a stand-up comedian.
Can I stop you now?
No, you ever hear the recording of when Patton Oswalt was doing a joke that like took time and he kind of took it low into a sincere place, and right before he got to the punchline, someone was just so uncomfortable with it they just welled like in the audience. And then he said, "You're gonna miss everything cool and die angry." And I was like, I bet I could see everything cool and still die angry. Here we are.
See it angry. What's your secret to having hypertension and heart disease at 35? I'm always angry. Why do you say that like you're dying?
Just watching Thor Ragnarok like, this is awesome. I'm unhappy.
What's your secret, Bruce Banner? I'm always angry. Oh, that's how I'm living. That's my life. Okay,
that's the one I want to do.
That's me. No, that's not. He's clearly meditated for years just to figure out how to make that work for him. No.
I'm just gonna be angry. I don't turn into anything when I'm angry, so I don't have to control it.
Same guy who thinks Rick is a good guy in Rick and Morty.
Yes, that's the guy. It's like I love Rick and Rorschach and Tyler Durden and
especially Tyler Durden. And also,
I mean, he's right about blowing up credit card companies, but the cult thing is weird.
Who's the guy who wrote...
I thought you were going to ask who played Tyler Durden, and I was going to leave.
God, now I know how to end the podcast. There's a guy who wrote a book... I'm going a mile
Chuck Palahniuk?
Well, yeah, the guy who likes Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah.
No.
The guy who wrote Fight Club is what I thought you were saying.
There's a book called... it's like Fuck Everything or something like that, one of those weird names, and the guy worships Fight Club as well, and the idea of the book is just like, don't give a shit. Don't give a shit about anything. And I read it when I was 18, and I was like, this makes sense. And then 2 years later, I was like, oh no, that's called nihilism.
I was an angry teenager.
No, it was just like the first half of the book is like, yeah, stop giving a shit about anything, and the second half of the book is like, also don't give a shit about things that you give a shit about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my grandma died, and she was like getting screwed over. Like, this is his story, not mine. She was getting screwed over with her taxes, so he would like did everything short of firebombing the tax people until they were like, here, have her fucking money. And he's like, yeah, see, I didn't give a fuck about what they thought. I gave a fuck about what I mattered. And I'm like, I should have read the second half of the book when I was 18, and I wouldn't have been a piece of shit for as long. God damn it.
Have you ever read another book by the guy who wrote Fight Club?
No.
Because they're all just Fight Club. There's one called Choke, but instead of going to like cancer support groups, he just purposefully chokes in restaurants to get attention so that people will hug him as they give him the Heimlich. And then he also meets a weird lady like...
well, somebody needs to hug Chuck Palahniuk then.
He's got so much money.
Yeah, but money is not a hug, dude.
No, that's true.
I have money. I'm very short on hugs.
I have to use the bathroom so bad, so we're pausing. Whoa, it's crazy that in that edit that we made there, that we had to go on an adventure to the Fern Gully land, and we met...
Try to get laid.
we met Small Kyle, and now we're back here, and the recording is amazingly still happening. It's been years. I don't know how this SD card works. Probably a Hanukkah-style situation.
14 days of SD card usage.
One of my favorite I guess it's not a bit, it's more of a tick, I guess. But it's referring to things as a something style situation. I don't know why I think that's so funny.
I think that is a tick. Wait, keep talking. My audio is all fucked up.
Yours is?
Oh, no, yours is fine. My audio was. I had to turn it up a bit. I was just echoey.
Oh.
It's fine. I get it. I'm the co-host. I don't get to be...
sometimes called the psychiatrist.
Now, tell me more. How is that psychiatry thing you're doing, by the way?
I'm not. What?
No, you're doing that study or whatever the fuck.
I'm probably not allowed to talk about it.
Really?
There's a lot of confidentiality. It's probably... We haven't done anything interesting yet, so it's not, but...
No, the confidentiality agreements are so that they don't embarrass you. They're like, no, we're just not going to tell your crazy story.
It is. The therapist that I used to have that got me involved with, it's like a study of why autistic people are so good at sex.
Yeah!
Boom! I can't look you in the eye, but but you want me to.
I can't look you in the eye, but I can eat that pussy, baby.
No, ew.
You eat pussy? You eat pussy?
Yeah.
There we go.
No, you saying it was...
Oh, okay. I was concerned for a second. I was like, Kellen, I don't
No,
think
it's not the concept.
Kellen, you can suck a dick, but if you don't eat pussy, we're not friends. Gay or straight, it doesn't matter.
So if I were just gay and didn't like women, I would have a quota?
You would have... No.
What,
you
like,
just have to-
ma'am, I have a...
No.
I'm not going to explain. Just...
It would be one of those situations where it's like, if you had to have straight sex, would you eat pussy? Then you'd be like, yeah, of course. That's how you can tell you're a good person. If you don't eat pussy, you're essentially a terrorist.
Yeah.
No, but anyways, you're saying?
Oh, no, well, the therapist that got me involved in it was like, by the way, I won't mention how I know you, because that's your business. And then people asked how I got involved in the study, like on the Zoom call.
Immediately.
And I wasn't, and I, like, talked around it. And then after it, she emailed me and was like, you can say it.
That's great. That's
Anyway,
why do
look for me.
autistic people fuck so good? That's such a great answer.
Not like,
Well,
like
it's
not the
'cause
ones
they're-
that wore headphones in middle school.
Yeah.
Like just the ones that were weird in high school, but then you see them and you're like, oh, you're normal now.
It's because they're meticulous and they're very,
Right, yeah.
they're very goal oriented.
I think of sex like I think of movies.
Yeah, it's like I have to analyze it as I go.
I have indexed every single actor in every single movie, and also, I don't know. I'm trying to because I've been
prefer-
spoken to about this podcast by my parents.
Okay.
Everything I say,
What did
I'm
they
like,
say? Badass. Buy it. Send it to me. What did they? What did you? Yeah. What did
You're
your parents
smarter
say
than that,
about this?
basically.
What? They're jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're worried about your career.
Wait, this is jokes?
It's just bits. Were they like? I assume they were legitimately like, I'm concerned about your career because of this.
Mostly it was Facebook, so I'm just not going to put this on Facebook anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll do it. No,
You can do it, yeah. Well, but no, my parents are friends with you.
yeah, but just your parents, not the extended family. So as long as I don't tag you, I think we're good.
I don't know. Our boss probably is.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna see it and see rated R, and I was about to say his name. He's just gonna be like, nah, like no. I
You
get
also
it.
you can't say his name. He's in the study too. That's why it's confidential.
No, I mean everybody we work with is pretty cool, and then I don't see this biting me in the ass, but now that I've said it out loud, it certainly will.
I do see it biting me in the ass.
I do see it eating my ass. That was a high five.
That was him clapping.
No, it was a high five. They don't know that. Shut up. Just hiding things you obviously can't hide from your guests. Yeah, that's me getting my dick sucked. No.
No, I'm in the room.
I'm watching you.
No, but the room's soundproof. So
Yeah, that's me getting
what is
laid
that? Is
right
that you
now.
eating food in Breath of the Wild?
No, that's the sound of good pussy makes. It's like macaroni and cheese, baby.
Yeah, there is a TikTok by the guy who made that original Vine,
Yeah.
and he's playing because they say "macaroni in a pot" is a lyric from Wet Ass Pussy.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy is like, he does a TikTok. He's like, "Well, I want money." That's clearly a reference to my Vine.
He's like, listen, I was a Vine star. I want money.
He wasn't even a Vine star. He was just a
A Vine guy.
kid that had done a thing.
He was a Vine.
Speaking of eating food in Breath of the Wild, yesterday I had the very interesting experience of my roommate who's actually playing Breath of the Wild. I've never played it. He's talking about, like, there's a point where Link has to cross-dress, and I have to be like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I've seen pictures.
I've been on DeviantArt before.
Of course I know that happened.
I love family, the idea of family just bringing up like super basic internet concepts, and you just having to be like polite about it. Be like, have you seen this meme? Like, here's what a meme is. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're 45.
And it's still like impact font just on a picture of a velociraptor or something.
Yeah. My dad, I shot my dad a text at like 2 a.m, and he hit me back, and he like immediately, and he's like, is everything okay? And I was like, the text clearly said like just information about tomorrow, and he's like, well, you hit me up at 2 a.m, I was worried. And I'm like, sleep with your ringer off, old people. Why do old people sleep with their ringer on? Like,
because they have kids and they're like, they might be dead or their car might be broken down.
I still, once your kids are out of the house, it's like they can call another fucking person. I'm sleeping with my goddamn ringer off. I have never
Also, it's
once,
not weird to be up at 2 a.m. Screw you.
I have never once encountered a problem that, like, I woke up in the morning, I was like, boy, I wish I was up at 2 a.m. to deal with this. It's catastrophic that I wasn't.
I was up at 5 a.m. the other day eating a microwave pot pie, because I'm fine. And and my roommate's girlfriend came out of his room. And in my head, I was like, I'm annoyed that there's someone else in my house. I don't want to be perceived right now. I'm eating my pot pie. But I was polite. And then she goes, what are you doing up at 5 a.m.? And I was like, eating a pot pie? And then she acted like I was the weird one.
What are you doing sleeping in not your house, huh? Come on.
What are you doing living in sin with my roommates?
What a good guy.
You can choose your boyfriend. You can't choose his roommate. And I am the side character in a bad comedy. I'm Rob Corddry.
No, you're Dupree, dude.
No, I'm not Dupree. I pay the rent there. She's fucking Dupree. I'm either you or me.
She's... They had no, they didn't. It's you, me, and the Dupree, obviously.
Who was Dupree? Who played him? Owen Wilson?
Owen Wilson. I knew there was a Will in there.
Never even seen that movie. Ugh.
It's good. Huh? He masturbates candlelit on a beanbag chair and like burns down half the house. It's pretty funny.
That sounds like a fun movie from 2003. I don't know what year, but I assume it's right around there.
He gathers up a team of kids at one point to like help him search for somebody, and I'm like,
Drill Bit Taylor.
Yeah, this is a weird. Yeah, a lot of Owen Wilson movies feature an ensemble of children that Owen Wilson has cult-like attracted to him.
They're all produced by the Weinstein Company.
Probably.
Oh, wait a minute. That's actually there's a lot.
I would not be stunned if they were. Oh God, that's a far more dark and sinister turn now. Owen Wilson in his rider of his contract is just like as many kids as you can get in the movie. Like, do they have to have big roles or? Do you
just want
them
around.
Frankie
I'm not going to do anything. I just want them to be around.
And it turns out he never did anything. It was just like he just wanted more kids actors
to be there.
We asked all the kids. They were all like, no, never touched him.
No,
never
he was very nice. He taught me some things about acting.
Yeah, no.
It turns out Owen Wilson just wants to teach kids about acting.
He's just a good guy.
Because the world is such a hellscape. We're like, why? What do you want to do?
Like, no, man. I just like having having the mentorship. You pervert.
Wes lets me, cast some kids, and every time I see these kids are amazing. I'm wow is what I say every time.
It's like, you pedophile. I never did anything. What are you talking about?
No, I know I did a Woody Allen movie, but
it's like, it's just a political climate, man.
Owen Wilson doesn't know about politics.
No. I think Owen Wilson is like the pure he's like an ant that died and became a man. He's just like the pure spirit of the forest.
It's not that he's dumb. He could know about politics if he wanted to, but he's chosen to have a weird nose and a fun voice.
Yeah, he is too pure. And he's like, no, I mean, I teach kids about affirmative consent, like through the guise of storytelling.
No, it's fun to make jokes. I can't do Owen Wilson more than once, apparently.
It's
gone. It is. It's fucking... I'll get the moon for you, Mary. Oh, Thorwald's killing people. Your hair's a spiral.
I'll get the moon for you, Mary. And then he becomes Lance Armstrong. Very different end to the Christmas story.
Jimmy Stewart from A Christmas Story. And that's not A Christmas Story. That's the one with the leg.
Scrooge McDuck and the Tale of Christmas?
No, the fucking Jimmy Stewart Christmas movie. It's a Wonderful Life. It's fun to go from that to like Vertigo, where he's like creepily turning a woman into another woman.
Yeah.
And Alfred Hitchcock's behind the camera, like ruining someone's life.
Yeah. But damn if his movies aren't good.
Man.
We taught a whole kids camp on Alfred Hitchcock.
Why did you do that?
I was paid to do it. It's for kids, and we're like, here's Hitchcock, here's how to make a horror movie, pretty much in the style of Hitchcock. And it was like, it turned out really good, but then I learned more about Hitchcock, and I'm like, oh. It's like there are several scenes of people beating people, and I'm like, oh.
And he just had him do it.
It's just it'll be more real. Yeah, but we're acting. You know that, right?
You ever seen I don't know what it was from, but it's a video of Hitchcock, and he goes, I don't know. I guess I'll just be really jolly. I have found the cure for life. Here is the handy applicator, and he just holds up a gun.
Oh my God, that dude was an edgelord before edgelords existed. If edgelords could have top hats, he'd have a katana and a neckbeard.
Yeah. Some woman that like rejected him, but actually didn't even realize he was trying to flirt because he was so weird, was like, I like birds, and he's like, I'll show you the dark side of birds. Oh, you like chocolate syrup on your sundaes? Well, now it's blood.
If he was alive today, he would be up at 5 a.m. eating a chicken bye-bye.
I'm not one of
Yelling
those
about
guys.
Skyrim.
They would not. First of all, it was a beef pot pie.
Oh, gross. That's even worse.
What? Why?
I'd rather you murder a lady than eat a beef pot pie.
And it's so much funnier than saying murder a woman.
Murder a lady.
You ever watch
I'm a lady.
I'm a lady. That story's just for us.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be telling that one.
You ever watch The In-Betweeners?
No.
It was a British show about teenagers,
Oh, Lord.
but someone's asking the main character, who's very awkward, who's me, about like they're trying to get him to admit that he's a virgin, and the way he eventually says it is, "No, technically, I have never put my penis in a lady." I was like, that's the funniest way to say that.
No, technically, like a serial killer, the same thing. No, technically, I've never put a knife in a lady.
In a lady. Yeah, that's not what. Yeah, but you killed them. You just did other things.
No.
That's like a cop that's just so frustrated with a serial killer because of how he talks. Like he is totally jaded about like the fact that he's a serial killer.
No.
The murders don't affect him, but the murderer keeps talking like that, and he's like, "I can't do this, McCloskey. I can't.
Do you have some
you
form
interrogate
of-
him. You have to be the good cop because I can't be anything but the bad cop."
Have literally any form of emotion, dude. There are dead people.
And now he's making us fight. Okay, this is why I didn't want to have kids. The cops are married.
Built a whole little world here. Imagine if you will.
Imagine if you will.
Frustrated cop.
Cops accept they're not bad.
Twilight's on the podcast. That's what this is.
Oh yeah, that's. Imagine if you will. Was that Rod Serling? Is that how he
That was
talks?
pretty close. That was pretty
No,
good.
was that him that said that though?
If he's the host of the Twilight Zone, then yes.
Then yeah, that's Rod Serling. Yes.
Yeah.
Or Sterling.
The old Twilight Zones, they hold up even though they've been ripped off 1,000 times.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's people like compare Black Mirror to it, but Black Mirror is constantly like, "Are you aware of the consequences of progress?" Twilight Zone is often like, "Wouldn't that be fucked up?" It's like there's a town where like, well, I'm gonna go to a different one because I can't remember how to explain that. I think there's one where like astronauts go to the moon and they find their own dead bodies and then they forget about it and they have to do it again over and over. Is there a point to that? No, it's just weird and interesting.
Imagine if the world ended and a dude loved books and then his glasses broke.
Wouldn't that suck?
Yeah, wouldn't that suck ass? That was a 45-minute episode.
Really? Because
and the big payoff was his glasses
you
broke.
need 5 minutes for that.
Five tops. Futurama did it in 5.
Yeah.
No, things were slower.
SpongeBob did it in like 2.
Yeah. Things were so much slower back then. It was crazy.
There was nothing to do.
It was like
you had a phone call on Tuesday, and that was it.
Diners used to take like the rest of the day. Whenever you started eating at a diner, you ended your day at that diner. That's why they served alcohol everywhere. Is because
Well, you'd be at the diner, and there'd be this freak wearing raccoons telling stories, and you'd have to stay and listen.
you'd be like, "Yeah, I met a crazy man from Northwoods, Canada, and I just listened to him all day because it's the 50s. What the fuck else am I gonna do?"
I thought he was missing an eye. He was just squinting one eye.
He had an eye patch on, but he kept lifting it up to scratch his open eye and then put it back.
He had an eye patch on, but anytime anyone interrupted him, he would just flip it open and use his perfectly good eye to stare at them, and then he would put it on the other eye.
Just give him a dirty look anytime he got interrupted. A raccoon was like, it sounded like somebody was making noise out back near the trash can, and he freaked out until he found out it was the busboy just throwing away trash. He went off.
A groundhog came in and he had to buy him a coffee. We are doing deep cuts of our own shit.
No, this is great. This is good. We have like one sturdy bit throughout the whole thing, and we just keep finding
And then we weave around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This podcast is this podcast is a caduceus, and we are the two snakes. That's the thing that hurt. That's the medical thing.
Okay.
Stick with the snakes go around. I was gonna explain it. I just
It's
wanted to
also
make
the
you go,
Percy
what?
Jackson Hermes thing.
Well, I mean, it's Greek mythology, Hermes thing.
I said what I said.
Rick Riordan did not make those up.
What? For real? Wait, there was mythology. Wait, so he didn't even write it? Well, no, I mean some of it.
Right, he wrote some of it. No, Percy Jackson is a character in Greek mythology. Haven't you ever read the Epic of
Perseus?
Well, that is. I was going to say that, but that actually is a thing. So.
Everybody
That's
got a
not
fucking
funny.
epic back there. Odysseus rode a boat for a while and he got an epic about it. You think any of that shit happened?
Which, by the way, that's a guy who didn't want to go see his wife, and
Yeah.
then when he got back, he was like,
Let me
there
tell
was
you.
a snake monster and
There
an
was
island with really good food,
And there
and
was a
I was an absolute
cyclops.
idiot to a cyclops.
And there was a lot of people who turned into animals. Have you read Animal Farm? It's pretty much Animal Farm.
No, I haven't. It's
Kyle
not a
is
thing yet.
another. The Fern Gully Kyle is another dude who reads Animal Farm and he's like, "That's a good story about a zoo."
It's either that or he's like, Animal Farm is happening now.
I mean, yeah, but okay.
Yeah, but we knew.
Yeah. No, it was a warning. Just telling people that literature, like art, is related to life, and they're like just shocked. They're like, "What? You're telling me Animal Farm could really happen?" Yeah, that's why they wrote it.
That's what he was saying.
That was the point. No, dude, it's just a good.
I love it when people, many of them named Kyle, will be like, if socialism will lead to a 1984 type society that George Orwell warned us about. George Orwell was a socialist who was with a bunch of anarchists in Spain killing fascists. Like, but there's probably a bunch of dudes that are like, I'm a rugged individualist and I like guns and I like Ernest Hemingway. Are you aware that his book is about like socialists killing fascists?
Speaking of George Orwell, his books still Orwell? No, not it's Orwell. Fucking,
George Orwell is 1984 in Animal Farm. Yeah.
No, okay, I'm thinking of a different guy.
Aldous Huxley?
No, it's barely related. Sci-fi writer, goes back in time, fights some gremlins. Yeah. And then...
H.G. Wells?
H.G. Wells, thank you.
Okay.
His shit holds up. A
Does
book
it?
from that old... Yeah, it's like, what, 19...
I read The Time Machine at one point.
It's good. I liked it. And
Never
then
read War of the Worlds.
The Time Machine, good. War of the Worlds was fucking phenomenal when I read it. Like, his book... Like, it's shocking to see a book from the 80s hold up. Like, Stephen
Right.
King is a fucking rambling... goddamn.
That was bad then, though.
Yeah, well, his movies, the movie adaptations are good because they cut a lot of things. But like he spent like an hour describing the boat, the little boat that the kid made from It, and I was like, dude, what? I don't need to know that it's sealed in wax. It's a boat. I get it. Move on.
Which they communicated with a single shot of him wiping some stuff on it in the movie.
Yeah,
It's like,
about
and then I
0.2
sealed the wax on it. Okay, stop.
Yeah, yep, nope, you got it. It's like it was a wax I got from my mother's candle, and I had to
like-
go upstairs and take the candle. And I'm like, I'm not this
No,
invested.
we don't
dude.
need to know any of this. I don't
No,
care
no.
what atmosphere
I
you
don't
think
think
you're
he had
building.
an editor. I think
No.
his editor was just exhausted all the time. Like, look, I got to cut 4 chapters about how the clown's toes looked. I'm not gonna fight him on the fucking the wax part.
The kid has powers, and it's a haunted hotel. What is the story about?
Dude, come on, one or the other. What? Fine.
Why are we just writing about like nice people in prison now? I thought you were a horror writer, and now you're doing Shawshank and Green Mile.
Oh my god! Yeah. There was a whole 4 chapters where Morgan Freeman just talked about chess. I got him to get rid of it, and you know what? That's a win.
It began with I remember thinking, and it went chapters. It's like if you read Moby Dick, there are chapters about whales are like this, and their skeletons go like this, and their habits are this. I haven't read it.
It's because in the 1950s, people had enough time.
Nothing to do.
Nothing to do. They're just like,
I'd like to read about a guy who's mad at a whale for the next year.
why do you think that they go to church? Because they're like, that'll kill a few hours. Fuck it. I got nothing better to do, man. They gave so much of a shit about their lawn and their house because they're like, well, I don't have friends, so this is what I get.
I have neighbors, and I don't like them.
I have a collection of gnomes, dude. You think everything's going great? Fuck you.
Yeah, like suburban culture.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
God.
You're passing time.
You spent a year working on your car and then sold it the second it was up to snuff and got $18 for it and bought the next car.
It is like when I get super into a video game and I'm like, this video game is great. I have to get back to playing it. No, that's to pass time.
Yeah.
That's supposed to pass
exciting. You're killing people and there's story arcs and it's like
and sometimes
crazy.
that Skrillex reggae song is in it.
Yeah. I can live an entire like epic. I can live
A
the
life
Odyssey
better than mine.
You know what was good and edited well? The Odyssey. That's why
Actually,
it's still
yeah.
around. It's short. It's like 160 pages.
And it would be like 7 pages if they didn't begin every chapter with like Athena, who is gray and likes owls, I am
Skip
going across
right
the sea, which is dark and similar to wine. And that's the beginning of every goddamn chapter.
You had the high school English teacher who didn't know what literature was, and they would have you analyze poems that are just bad, right?
Yeah, well, there was a day of an English class where we talked about why is the green light in Gatsby green? Like, the color of the light didn't matter. It was the fact that he was looking at it.
It's like, okay, yes, a lot of English is you're missing the point, but when the English teacher is teaching you the wrong point.
Yeah. There's so many books that people would like, except English teachers teach them in the word. Like, Great Gatsby is a short, good book.
Slaughterhouse 5 is like, I fence that book. Like, I'm on the fence about that 24/7. I pop back and forth about that all the fucking time because it's like,
I say So It Goes a lot.
Wild.
But, yeah.
So it goes. It's fucking wild, and it's nice to just see what the inside of a schizophrenic man's head looks like. But I don't think it deserves 300 pages or whatever it got. Or was that a short book? Was that like 180?
I don't know. I think that was longer. Cat's Cradle was pretty short.
I think it was around 300.
That's the Vonnegut I remember is Cat's Cradle.
That deserves a fucking English class. That's a good book.
I never read it.
You need to teach kids from a young age that books can be fucking good.
I had an English teacher, and his name was Mr. Saul, and he's now, I think, an actor or something, which makes sense. But like we did the Canterbury Tales, and he rapped the preamble to it in Old English with his tie around his head. It was great.
That's a good teacher.
Right.
He deserves more money. So do the rest. He gave me a B. More.
He gave me a B, and I emailed him like, come on. And he gave me that.
Fuck yeah.
But we did, when we read Macbeth, which I was going to say Macbeth at the beginning of this media, this capture for me.
This podcast is almost over. It'll be us from when we're driving that Miata around in a bit. Yeah. Woo. Whipping a Miata.
There's a scene in Macbeth which is just a doorman at the castle. Someone's knocking and he's trashed and just doing jokes to himself.
Yep, yeah.
So he's going like,
that's a good
knock,
scene.
Knock, knock. And the jokes are all like, aren't boners and alcohol funny? Yes, they are.
You have to fight through the Old English, but it's still good.
Just take Spanish and German throughout high school, and then it won't be hard.
Kill yourself. Pass.
Matarme? Oh, I don't know if I can say it in German. Misch. Toad? Spitz?
Kinderertun. That's all I got.
Hast du etwas Zeit für mich? Dann singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont.
Was your entire German class just 99 Luftballons?
No, but now the only German I still remember is that and Rammstein songs.
Rammstein, the most aggressive band. Rammstein, the most aggressive band that donates the ACLU.
They are they're nice guys.
They're really good guys. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong and they could kill puppies, but I think I've read something.
I
think I've read the thing where they're like, we're crazy, but also we believe in the same things that the ICP does, and the Insane Clown Posse is also
great.
Really great
also
guys.
Very good people.
Well, because they have to prove that they're not pieces of shit.
Yeah, no, I think there's a documentary about
them. Our band is Murder Babies, but we believe in your body, your choice.
Also, the name Violent J is awesome. Hi, I'm Violent J. Was there another J in your class?
Yeah, that's like, I'm Big J. There's not a small J, is there? No, I'm just fat.
That's just... I think one of those guys, his daughter's a furry. And he's like, he's down with it.
There's the South African band, too, that was in the movie Chappie.
Die Antwoord. Die Antwoord is how a normal person would say it.
But they're insane band, crazy shit, and then they're like, no, we believe in civil rights.
Yeah, they're like normal people.
We actively spoke out against apartheid.
Yeah,
and shit.
when I get home and lounge on my Zeph throne, like I'm just watching Mad Men. That's it. Their music's fucking good too.
They got a few songs, but some of them are just they're brother sister, which is weird.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were a couple.
All of this could just be unfounded nonsense. These could all be terrible people, and they could be completely unrelated. But I vaguely remember these things from like doing minor research years ago.
Speaking of brothers and sisters in bands, Jack White and Meg White would often claim to be siblings instead of married, which did that start after they got divorced? And they were like, I guess you keep that name and just say you're my sister now?
I think they're just fucking with people, like, because imagine getting asked the question for 20 years and you're like, sure, yeah, we're sisters, whatever. Just like the lesbian sisters. They were marketed as the lesbian sisters, the two members of Heart.
Simpsons?
No, Heart. The band Heart. Yeah, the two sisters were marketed as lesbians by a record company so they would get more sales, and then they immediately left that record company and then produced Barracuda, and that's what Barracuda's about. It's like, oh shit, that's the ultimate diss track. Oh my god.
Do you know that Subarus are considered lesbian cars on purpose by Subaru? They did like subtle marketing to make it seem like they'd had like the license plate would say Sappho or something.
Oh my god.
So it's Google this, audience. There are Schlitz ads that are clearly gay from the 50s. Oh, so it's like, oh, I've never been a Schlitz man. Well, just try it. It doesn't mean you have to like it forever. And the guy's like, I will try it. And he's clearly looking at the dude's crotch. So, like, companies would advertise to gay people stealthily.
Before you were allowed to be gay.
Right. So if anyone comes at them, they're like, we were talking about the beer. But gay people are like, no, I'll drink Schlitz.
If you're
when drinking. The cops raid my nightclub.
What's the Stonewall building or whatever?
Stonewall Inn?
Yeah, the Stonewall Inn just being like, oh, we build stone walls for a living. Isn't that right, Mike? And it's just Mike and like a fucking Daisy Duke top. And like, absolutely.
That's right.
Come on down to the Stonewall Inn and buy walls.
Come on down to the Stonewall Inn. This is a blouse, not a shirt.
I need more things from gay history so that I can continue this bit, but I don't know enough. Damn it.
Stonewall's the big one. I don't know, Harvey Milk?
Just be like, but for lesbians, so it's like, it's milk, just like squeezing it in. I don't know, I'm trying, man. I have no...
Stop trying! Go back to being homophobic. Don't milk yourself and be like, this is what lesbians want.
I don't know,
I'm doing this for lesbians.
God damn it. They would love this. We don't.
No, thank you.
Just somebody from an apartment across the street. No! Back it up.
Just, yeah.
Oh, we gotta talk about Optimus Cock before we go. Just briefly.
We can end with Optimus Cock. It's okay, so a guy died is the origin of the story.
But I didn't know that, and also I don't care now.
It's a funny picture. There is a picture online of a woman is pregnant, and she's facing a truck, and the truck is somehow messed with, so it looks like the truck is looking down at her pregnant stomach, and the caption is just, this says so much. And if you don't know the backstory, what it says is, that lady fucked that truck.
And now the truck got her pregnant. It also, there's a few other stories that I like in it. Her husband was killed by a truck, and now she's married the truck.
That's good.
In some sort of like...
she was cheating on her husband with the truck.
No.
I am Optimus Prime.
Like, in some sort of fieldy situation where if you kill the husband of a wife, you become...
You get to be the husband now.
You get to be the husband now.
Or maybe it's like biblical, like the truck was his brother, so now the truck has to marry her.
Yeah. I am Optimus Prime, and I totally DP'd this chick. I am Optimus Prime, and I am on Maury now, because I don't think the kid is a truck. You don't think it's yours?
No, I don't think I'm the father. I am Optimus Prime.
Do a blood test. It's oil in his veins.
You don't have blood. The kid doesn't cry. He does a car alarm noise, and he can turn into a train. It's fucking yours.
If the truck condom doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Optimus Prime killed OJ's wife. It was him. OJ's innocent. Loose the juice.
Optimus Prime, you are not the father. It was Bumblebee.
Now, Optimus, I noticed something. You transform into a white Ford Bronco. Why is that?
I just think it's a quality car, and also OJ didn't do it. Where were
you? If you have information about who killed OJ's wife, we are here, and we are waiting.
Oh, God. I also would like Magic Mike. Optimus Cock.
We gotta work Marky Mark into this.
Oh, dude, Optimus Prime, Marky Mark, stripper. I think that's too much, man.
No, but Marky Mark was in the Transformers movies. I'm an inventor. This could be big for me.
I made a robot that fucks. Look at you, sexy ass.
What a
robot.
fucking trailer.
What an absolute wagon.
I am Optimus Prime in a time where the world is in conflict. I made a robot that fucks. We need one man.
Who could make robots fuck?
Okay, maybe I calibrated it too rough. It's not Marky Mark anymore. This is a new guy.
Shia LaBeouf got split in half by Bumblebee.
Oh, I've seen that video.
Oh God! Oh, that's Optimus coming for us, or whatever the ambulance
Bumblebee
was.
can't talk as a kink. He's the gimp from Pulp Fiction. No, that's how robots do kinks. Is they program you to only talk with the radio.
Oh yeah, that's hot. Talk to me only as Killer Mike. Oh God, close your eyes and count your fuck, baby. Oh God.
That might be it.
I think that's good. Oh, what time are we at? If it's over an hour, we'll call it. Otherwise,
I think we're at like an hour 10 after
Let's
we
go
cut
drive
that
Miatas and bring the tiny dog that I own. I'm bringing the hat. Fuck it. They need to know what I'm about. All right,
Okay,
thanks
this
for
has been It's Just Bits.
Yeah.
And we actually did, we're doing,
It's
it's
Just
a real
Bits.
podcast
It's
now.
No,
it wasn't just us being like, fuck minorities. Just kidding.
No. I think if we write down the bits, and then we usually get an anchor bit at the beginning, and then we kind of like thread it through, we'll find a couple.
And I will keep up my continuing bits of
Dune.
talking about movies too much, particularly Dune, and... Oh, we didn't say it. Fuck Boston, fuck New York.
Oh, yeah, fuck Boston.
Every single human being who lives in the Boswash megalopolis is a fucking sinner.
They all eat babies for sure. And if you don't eat babies, you just slam monsters and roofie your girlfriend. Even though you're bad people, wall to wall.
Okay, the new closing bit for you guys to think about when we're gone is a guy that's very stupid. So, like, he doesn't understand he doesn't have to roofie his girlfriend.
God. Yeah, that's a good one to close on.